Hi, I am Deshmukh Gajanan. I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to deal with one of the important topics of English grammar. Today we are going to study finite and non-finite verbs. My dear friends, first of all try to understand what is meant by verbs. Verbs are the action words. For example, run, speak, talk, jump, write are the various examples of verbs. First we will try to understand what is meant by finite verbs, then we will try to study non-finite verbs. So first of all we will try to know what is meant by finite verbs. Finite verbs. So what is the definition of finite verbs? So I am writing the definition on the board. Please have a look at the board. Verbs that have present and past forms. Verbs that have present and past forms are called finite verbs. In other words, we can say that verbs that have tenses are called finite verbs, or we can say verbs with tenses are called finite verbs. Okay, here another definition: verbs, or in other words we can say that verbs with tenses, verbs that have tenses or verb with tenses are called finite verbs. Here we have to understand that three things affect finite verbs. Which are those three things? See here, tense. First thing is tense, another thing is person, next thing is number. So these three things affect a finite verb. Which are those three things? Tense, person, number. So first of all we will try to know how does tense affect the finite verb. So let us take one example. Raju plays cricket every day. Raju plays cricket every day. Okay, this is a tense of simple present tense. Okay, the tense used here is simple present. Now look at another sentence which I am writing on the board. Raju played cricket. Raju played cricket yesterday. This is a sentence of simple past tense. Okay, this is of simple past tense. So see here, look at the verbs. Here it is plays, here it is played. So both are the examples of finite verbs. Okay, finite verbs. Why? Because according to the change we are making changes in the verb. That's why plays and played are the examples of finite verbs. Why? Because in the finite verbs we make changes according to the tense. Now we will see how the verbs change according to the person. See here, please have a look at the board. Person. Okay, first person, second person, third person. So I will use first person singular I subject here. I speak English. Okay, here the subject is I. Okay, person, subject is I, which is first person singular. But if I use the subject he, third person singular, he is the third person singular, then what will happen? He speaks English. Okay, he speaks English. So here also we are making changes in the verb. So these are also the examples of finite verbs, because finite verbs change according to the tense. Already we have seen. Now the finite verbs or the verbs are changing according to the person. That's why these are the examples of finite verbs. Now we will see how the verbs change according to the number. So please have a look at the board. Number means singular and plural. Okay. Apples are, okay, apples are good for our health. Apples are good for our health. An apple is kept. An apple, otherwise see here, an apple is good for our health. So here also see, in the first sentence we have used the subject plural. Apples is a plural subject. In the second sentence we have used a singular subject. So according to the number, finite verbs change. तो यहाँ पे देखिए apples plural है subject. Okay, that's why we have used a plural verb here, are. In the second sentence, an apple is a singular subject. That's why we have used a singular verb is here. So finite verbs, okay, finite verbs are affected by tense, person and number. And finite verbs, we can say verbs with tenses are called finite verbs. Again we can say verbs that have present and past forms are called finite verbs. Now let us move towards non-finite verbs. Verbs that do not have, verbs that, here we will see, I will write the title, non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. Verbs that do not have present, verbs that do not have present and past forms are called non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. Again we can say that verbs that do not have tense or verbs without tense are called non-finite verbs, or we can say verbs without tense, W-I-T-H-O-U-T, without tense are called non-finite verbs. So let us study we can say, let us study this definition with the help of a few examples. Again we can say that non-finite verbs are classified into three categories or the types. Okay, so see here which are the three types or categories of non-finite verbs. First of all we can say the first one is gerund. Okay, the first one is gerund. Second one is infinitive. Okay, the first one is gerund, second one is infinitive, and third one, try to understand, the third one is participle. The third one is participle. So that participle, it can be present participle or past participle. Okay, so see here, these are the three types of, we can say, non-finite verbs, and non-finite verbs are not restricted by tense, person or the number. Non-finite verbs are not restricted or limited by tense, person or the number. So see here, I will write one example. Swimming is a good exercise. So here swimming Okay, swimming is an example of a non-finite verb. Swimming is an example of a non-finite verb, and it is, we can say, it is a gerund. Why? Because it is used as a verbal noun. Gerund means what? Verbal noun. And here swimming is an example of a non-finite verb. Another example, he seems to have lost the keys. He seems to have lost the keys. So here also see here, to have lost. Okay, this is an example of a non-finite verb. If I use another subject instead of he, then also it is not going to change. If I use the subject they seem to have lost the keys. So according to the subject, according to the, we can say, number, it is not going to change. That's why it is also a type of we can say non-finite verb. It is also next example, he wants to become a doctor. He wants to become a doctor. So here also to become is an example of a non-finite verb. Actually try to understand, finite verbs are the main verbs in the sentence. Okay, non-finite verbs are not the main verb in the sentence, because here wants is the main verb and here non-finite verb is to become, and its type is, it is an infinitive. To become is an infinitive, wants is the main verb here, and to become is an example of a non-finite verb, and to become is an example of an infinitive. Okay, next example, we thought of all those missed opportunities. So in this sentence, missed is an example of we can say non-finite verb. Okay, missed is an example of a non-finite verb. So I will tell it to you again in short. What is the difference between finite and non-finite verbs? Verbs with tenses are called finite verbs. Verbs without tense are called non-finite verbs. And how are finite verbs affected? Finite verbs are affected by tense, person and number. Non-finite verbs are not affected by tense, person and number. Thanks for watching the video. I sincerely appeal all of you to subscribe my YouTube channel for a comprehensive study of English language and grammar. Have a good day everyone. Take care.